So this is round 4. Round 4 of the Chicago Open. I'm playing Yili Win, who's I think she's a national master or a WCM, one or the other. But she actually had a pretty nice performance. She was very underrated. She's definitely been doing some work in COVID times when the COVID lockdown was going, because she even beat some FMs from what I saw in the standings. Even a friend of mine she took down, and I was like, oh, she took down my boy. She pushing tight. So I already kind of knew she was pretty strong and underrated. So in this round, I'm playing white. She's playing black here. And here we go, right? So I'm playing e4 for life, how we usually do. Now, the title of this one is actually, This Is So Boring, okay? That's the title of the video for YouTube. This is so boring, okay? So watch this. E4, I play e4 all day and every day. And then she play e5, right? So we go e5. Now, let me tell you a little bit about actually what I did before this. I actually prepped bishop c4. This is what I prepped upstairs before I came down to the round. Because we have 15 minutes to prep. Like, we have 15 minutes to know who we was going to play, basically. We're like, the pairings come up and you have 15 minutes before the round starts. So you got like 15 minutes to prep. So I knew it was her. So I Googled her. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. This is what she play. All right. And so, you know, bishop c4, she plays against the Italian game, and she literally plays the same thing all the time, like with knight f6, knight c6, bishop c5 stuff. So I was actually prepping like a Nachmanson gambit or Nachmanson gambit that I actually played in this tournament, which is later in the rounds. We'll analyze that one later. Scholars made her, good strategy, right? Queen f3, yeah, y'all crazy. But bishop c4, I actually have some new content on it now, where I'm not sharing that unless you're a student, because it's nasty content. But bishop c4 is what I'm playing now in the Bishop's Opening, just to switch things up a little bit. It's pretty nice. But yeah, so I was prepping, right? I mean, I was prepping bishop c4 upstairs, doing my thing, right? I'm prepping bishop c4. We play e4, she play e5, and somehow, some way, my hand and my brain receptors did not say bishop c4, and I played knight f3. And after I hit the clock, I was like, I was supposed to play bishop c4. So now I'm already just like, well, now we about to play what I knew she already plays, which is boring chess. So let me actually show you what happened. After knight f3, so after this, I'm like, well, I didn't already did this nonsense where, like, what am I doing? A Nachmanson Gambino. That's right, J-Dub. Bishop's Opening course win. Oh, yeah, bro. I'll let you know. D-Shock, I'll let you know, bro. Knight f3 and knight c6. So, of course, here, now I was actually trying to go for like a Nachmanson gambit, but I can't anymore. I can't. Or at least I know after bishop c4, she responds bishop c5. Most times, in all lines, usually, she puts the bishop on c5. Excuse me. Thanks for the tier 1, Scuba. Let's go. Grandmaster Canty back at it again. Thanks for the tier 1, bro. 2 months in a row. Muscle memory, that's exactly what it was, D-Shock. I picked up the knight, put it on f3, and I'm like, what did I do? I was prepping bishop c4. And then when I showed her, when we did post-game analysis, I was like, you know, I was prepping this, but I forgot and played knight f3. What would you have done against this? She was like, I've never seen that. And I'm like, this would have been a dub. This would have been a dub, right? A big boy dub. So let me show you what happened. Knight f3, knight c6. I go d4. After bishop c4, knight f6 allows Nachmanson Gambino. Right. But after d4 takes bishop c4, we in Scotch Gambino territory now. So, you know, the thing about this is I played the Scotch Gambit. I played the Joko Piano. I played the Scotch game. I played the Italian game. And now I'm into the Bishop's Opening. More advanced theory into the Bishop's Opening now. But these all positions will very likely transpose into a lot of things. Big Extreme tomorrow, Ricardo. It's actually on Sunday, Heat Miser. It's on Sunday, bro. So, it's today is 10:49 Friday. So if it's Saturday over there, then I get why you're saying tomorrow. But yeah, Sunday at 12 noon, we going on with the big dog Hikaru. Scotch Gambino. Yeah, this looks like a Scotch Gambino. And in fact, that's what I was going to go into if she played knight f6. Good to know. No problem, Heat Miser. No problem, my guy. Good to see you. How was a title player never seen the Bishop's Opening, or did she mean the Gambit? No, she didn't. She's never seen the Nachmanson. That's what I was taught. I was showing her the Nachmanson. And I was telling her I was going to play that, but she said I never seen it. You know, I was like, dang, I should have played that. But Bishop c4, right? So Bishop c4, and she goes Bishop c5. So now I know that I can't play c3. If you check the Scotch Gambit YouTube playlist, if you check that playlist, you'll see a game in there that I have that was not fun. Basically, when you play the c3 line, there's basically like a forced draw for black. Forced. No matter what rating you are probably going to draw this game, and if you push this white, you might lose. So you're in a lot of trouble. Pink Wife, Piggy, thanks so much. What's their rating? She's I think she's a WCM or NM. Other than that, she's like 2200 USCF, but she won't know the ball. Yeah, of course. Your Scotch Gambino video has changed my chess life. Let's go, bro. Hey, man, keep it up. Keep up the great work and keep watching it. So the bishop c5, you know, I still can play c3, but I cannot play c3 is the move, and that's actually what I chose here. Thanks for the follow, Fat Cat 82. Why c3 and e5 after knight 6? How's it a draw? Well, you'll see here actually, Bank Chess. Just watch the rest of the game, bro. Watch this. This is why the name of this title, the title of this is so boring. You know, this is the Gioco Piano and the Italian game have reputations of being called the quiet game. Why is it called quiet? Because it's boring. Nothing happens. And then when something happens, nothing happens. You know what I mean? So it's literally ridiculous. So Cooking Rooks, what's up, big dog? Is every gambit a Gambino over here on this channel? Well, you already know, big fella. You already know, Scuba. So knight f6, I go e5. What I used to do was pawn takes d4. And with this, when this happens, this is actually in the Scotch Gambino territory. There's a forced draw here. I'll show you. Bishop b4 check, bishop d2. And they take on e4. Knight takes e4. Thanks for the follow, Arvest. Snap, snap. Bishop takes, check. You're thinking everything cool. Like, oh, yeah, I got him. Haha. King f8. Queen takes b4. And then queen e7. And you looking crazy. After this, this is a straight up draw. Draw ski any way that you look at it. Every way that you look at it. Okay, how about a castle? Rook e1. I can sidestep you first off. Then rook e1. I can go rook e8 and don't even care. The sack don't work. You can't play knight g5. I'm going to play d6 and bishop d7 or bishop g4, and it's a straight draw. I remember getting this over the board, and I was like, why do I play the Scotch Gambit if I'm going to play this? Right? That ended in a draw. I wasn't too happy about that. So I had to switch it up. So I don't play this no more at all, because unless you plan somebody much stronger and you are okay with that, with the white pieces, and you can go for this. But if you're not, trying to get that dubster, you need to go for the big boy stuff, which is e5. Which is now a different way to play. Thanks for the follow, Kid Genius Ron. Thanks for the follow. So e5 hits the knight. Okay, so equal or stronger threats always is d5. Now the bishop is hit. Now you got a few ways to go here, guys. White to move. What are we doing? We always keep this interactive in the chat. So what you gonna do here? White to move. What are we doing? Thanks for the follow. Leave me never. We got bishop b5 from Pink. White to move. Where am I going with this bishop? Bishop e5 because I'm a YouTube sub. Bishop e5. Bishop e5 still theory. Bishop e5. He miser. Bishop e5 94. She takes b4. She takes d4. Bishop b6. Castle from Pink. Pink's giving a whole line like, yo, this is how it go, big fella. Danny says CD. That's very, very tactical. Jose, thanks for the follow. Jose Saavedra, 33. What's up, dog? Hi, James and Chad. What's up, Macaron X? We're doing an analysis right now. So here's the move. In fact, the move is bishop b5. After doing some frequent study, of course, because I like studying more and just getting more depth and more games and more analysis on positions that I play, often, in fact, I learned that bishop e2 is a move that was actually used a lot by dear JOBAVA, the man himself. I mean, JOBAVA London, right? So bishop e2 is actually a move here that if I face this now, I might start implementing this more because it just has more of a solid approach, and it's also a deterrent against bishop g4 that usually happens in these lines. So it's different than bishop to b5, which is the main line move. This one isn't played as much, which gives you more chances to actually throw your opponent off. So bishop e2 is the move I would choose now, but bishop b5 is the move from the game. And this is correct. Bishop b5, 94, literally this is all theory. C takes d4, bishop b6, and knight to c3 first, in fact, is the Wesley So option, or more of the mainline theory, to be honest. Wesley So prefers this, but if you look at top level games in the database on ChessBase, you will see knight c3 is the best move. Knight c3 first. You develop, because castling could happen, but bishop g4 does put uncomfortable pressure, but you still could play knight c3. Knight c3 is just generally best right now. After knight c3, there's a castle. And then after castle, white to move is bishop e3. Okay, so bishop e3 and castles are moves. With bishop e3, we focus more on development with rook c1 if bishop a5. This is straight book. Very, very boring right now. Was not expecting this. Did not want this, to be honest. But let's see what happens. She goes knight e7. Knight e7 being a main move here. White to move, guys. This is the intention is c6 and also rerouting the knight and sometimes even playing bishop or knight f5. White to move. What do we do here, guys? So she's strong. You know, it took out some big dogs, and I think even later in the tournament she took out another FM. She was playing good chess. So I was like, okay, I gotta fight her for real. Castle from Shuba. We got bishop d3s. We got some bishop d3s in the chat. Bishop d3, bishop d3. Okay. All right, here we go. That's exactly what I did. Bishop d3, guys. It's just bishop d3. Bishop d3 is correct. It's pretty simple. h4, yeah, you have h4 and h3. That is correct. But bishop d3, the reason why we just back it up is because this bishop has already done its job. It was putting some pressure. We didn't take. We wanted to keep the option to take. After it's removed, what is the bishop doing here? Nothing, so you move it back to attack something here. Bishop f5 is a mainline move here. And after bishop f5, I actually chose castles. But can anyone find the alternate move to castles? When I went back to look at the theory, I realized, oh, I was in this line and I didn't know it because I didn't study this one that much. But instead of castles, white to move, what is an alternative move that will be a little bit better than castles? And we have h4, h3, yeah. Is a3 moving these lines? Sometimes it's out depend. It depends on when they go bishop a5 or not, usually. Bishop a5. Queen c2, queen c2. Knight h4 is something weird. Yeah, knight h4 actually comes around later on, pink. Queen c2. Correct, guys. It's queen c2. Queen c2 is actually slightly the better version. Castling can happen, but it does allow black to have just a little bit more play. Queen c2 is correct. Yo, Suedo Plex with the prime because it's time. Get hype in the chat for that. Get hype in the chat. Appreciate that. Pseudoplex. Let's go. Thanks for the prime stir. Let's go. So queen c2 is just strong though. Queen c2 is a regular move. It just puts more pressure on this. Castling allows black to have a little bit more freedom. And she plays queen d7. Now after queen d7, I kind of mixed up lines here from what I know. I mixed up lines, plans, and ideas all at the same time. But virtually, this is a very boring position. And that's why the title of this is so boring. Which means like I'm going to have to find something different to play as white, which I've found now in the bishop's opening due to the theory I have now. Cutting edge stuff made by GM stuff. So I'm hype about it. But I do know that this was extremely boring to play over the board. Even though I studied this. Yo, J-Do, thanks for the prime, baby. Let's go. 2 months for the prime. J-Do. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. The guys here just know that because they have seen the YouTube video. Yeah, make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube if you're not. Catch the other ones as well. Prime because it's time. Canty has lines for days. No cap. That's facts, sir. That's definitely factsters. Just got to get your hand to follow your brain. Right. Now, queen d7, black is fully developed. Black's doing fine. Right. White's doing fine as well. But you have to try to find a way to pressure this game. So after queen d7 happens, white's a move, guys. Let's get this in the chat. Let's get some moves in the chat from you. If you're playing white in this position, where do you go? So white to move. Queen d7 is played. In fact, white is actually slightly behind on development now, due to the fact that the queen's on d7. We have a3 and a4 and knight h4 are all the possibilities from Cone Kids. Queen c2 from Dante Boomshock. Okay. Here we got an a3, we got an a4, queen c2, we got a rook c1. Knight g5. Knight g5 is an interesting line. Knight g5. Anything else out there? Queen c2, rook c1, knight g5. Those are the standards. And we got a knight d2 from Chuck Gravity. Knight d2. So in some of these lines, you can play knight e2, knight e1, and play f3. That's very crazy. Imagine that. Move the knight to e2, move this one to e1, and then play f3 just because the knight's short on spaces. But I was thinking of doing that. But if I play knight e2, immediately c5 breaks open a position where now the knight can get out. So I was like, dang. So this isn't that line. Because I know I was mixing up some lines. I knew this because I didn't play queen c2, which I should have. And I'm like, I know knight h4 is somewhere in there. I don't remember when. So I played it right now. I was like, just playing knight h4 because I don't remember. I'm just kind of playing off the head here now. But not even off the head, but like off the head. But I have ideas that I remember from the study that I did. So I do remember knight h4 is an idea. Queen c2 is an idea. I just don't remember the move orders. And sometimes the piece placement is slightly off due to there's so many nuances. For instance, sometimes the bishop's on b6. Sometimes it's on e7. Sometimes it's knight's on c6. Sometimes it's on e7. Sometimes the bishop's on g4. Sometimes it's on h5. Sometimes it's on g6. All of them have different move orders. So you have to be careful. Knight on the rim is knight on the rim, correct. Knight on the rim is dim, but here it's there's always exceptions in chess, and of course, as you get stronger, you learn when to break that exception and how to use it effectively. Knight h4 does attack this bishop, and I'm grabbing the bishop pair. So she actually trades on c3, forcing move. I have to take back, so I take back. Then she trades on d3, right? Then queen takes. Yo, flow state, GG. Thanks for the 2 months. We got a hype train. Let's go. Let's go. We got a hype train. Let's go. This theory is weird. This theory is weird because black can play knight takes, trade off white's good bishop. Correct, Pink. And then that's why, you know, again, the title of this video is "This is so boring." How do you think I feel right now? This is extremely boring. Now, actually, in a study that I do know, white does have a slight advantage. And I mean very slight. In fact, let's turn the engine on. Engine says, oh, slight advantage. You up by like 0.53. That's your highest right now. 500 biddies from Cooking Rooks. Appreciate you, my guy. Let's go. Yo, 500 biddies. Let's go. Looks like a challenge to avoid a draw, right? Let's go. Let's go. Appreciate it. 92. Look for a pawn. 92. Look a pawn win. Seems draining. Having to play through a whole game knowing it's going to be a draw. Creek City Dave. This is why I was like, you know what? I'm probably not going to play this Italian game no more. Excuse me. Look like a pawn win. So where is this pawn win or what? Thank you for the follow. Bangor Trees. Bangor's Trees. Is she trying to force a draw early? I mean, probably not. She probably was trying to play for a little bit of a win too as well. Because I mean, after I played this move, is f4 a move? F4 will be a move, but I have to be careful of when. Knight d2 before knight h4. So back here. So knight d2 runs into knight takes f2. So you have to be careful sometimes. Maybe you could take here. But this gets complicated. The reason is this bishop. Actually, doesn't I just lose a piece? And I take c3, hit the queen. But you get one too, but then I get one, but then you get one, but then I'm coming out. And then let's do a piece count. Oh, what's up here? This is nuts. This game is ridiculous. But knight d2 is generally not the idea here. I think you know, let's actually see what's wrong with this. Yeah, it's pretty equal, actually, but that is not a move I'm trying to do. I'm not used to doing that. I don't want to be in trouble there. So knight d2 can be played, just not the, you want to follow the plans and ideas that you do know, that you study usually, not foreign territory where sometimes you could just be wrong. You know, maybe you'll have missed something, but knight d2 could have been played actually. We in here, when's the next OTB tournament? In fact, right after World, I think, World Open, right afterwards. I'm checking the list now. CCA tournament list to check and see what they got norm wise. Go out there. But thanks for the sub though, the tier 1, bro. Appreciate it. Let's go. 3 months in a row, bro. We on level 2 hype train. I appreciate y'all. By the way, after this game, you should commentate on National Open in Las Vegas. It's being broadcast right now. Oh, you right. You right. We probably gonna look at some of them games, bro, and just relax and chill, stir. Yeah, bro. I know it's on right now. It is. What time is it over there? It's 8 p.m. 8 p.m. right now. Yeah, we're gonna check those out. So I went 92 because it's centralized. Yeah, it can. You know, but so knight h4, right? So check this out. Are you going to get norms going to close tournaments or open or both? Both, Dante. So she takes. We got a trade of everything. She go queen g4. So I'm like, oh snap. Levy is +2 against Christopher Yu. That could be great. That could be great. But you know, it happens where you can blow +2, +3 positions like it's nothing. Literally. That's, yeah, +2, but wait till a few more moves, especially as a human. A lot of times those things teeter out if you're not accurate all the way through. Josh on 123, thanks for the follow. I want to see Levy's game after analysis. Yeah, we're going to check out my guy Levy and all of them after this analysis. Fat Pirate 1028, thanks for the follow. If you're new, hit the follow button. And it's the YouTube. Subscribe. We are posting this to YouTube. So knight f3 is the move I chose because I tried to figure out what else to do. In fact, this is one line I chose. And in post-game analysis, when me and her was looking at this, I was looking at g3. And I was like, you know, I wanted to go g3, but then she had f6, right? And I didn't like f6. So I was like, okay, if f6, I don't want to trade. So let's say I go f4. If f4 happens, I capture. I don't want to capture this way, so I have to capture this way, and then g5 happens, which is crazy. And this is what I was thinking of in my head. And I'm like, why g5? Because g5 is really strong. So after g5, if knight to g2, move out of the way, then my knight looks crazy. Like, my pieces can't move. And then she can even kind of chill. Well, actually, maybe not now. Maybe h6, but she can. This is ugly. Like, this. Oh, actually, knight f5 is coming too. Like, look at this. Knight f5 is coming in. And I was like, what? Why are my pieces backing up like this? Maybe this is playable. Let's actually turn the engine on. Engine thinks it's equal. So this is very playable, but black definitely has some initiative, which is time and activity. c5 could probably be played eventually, or maybe c6. I mean, I guess this is very playable. Rook f2 and doubling. Maybe I'm not in bad shape at all. I just recently beat like a 2670 or 2680. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, bro. I just beat a 2670 or 80 in a blitz game. And it was an Italian game. He beat me before with white, so I had white, and I was like, let me play something solid. So I played the Italian game, and I beat him in the end game. I was like, oh, that's sweet. You know, it was something like this, very similar, but it was an end game. But these things be boring. Push pass pawn, yeah. That's right. Very aggressive line for black, isn't it? Yeah, this is aggressive. I didn't like this. I didn't like this, right? I didn't like g3. I didn't like g3 at all. So then I was thinking, well, what if I play g3, right? And then after she plays, yo, thank you for the hype train. I appreciate it. After f6, right? f6, I think I was going to go f4, takes, g5. No, there was supposed to be an h3 here because the queen somehow goes back to h5. So let me see if I can remember. Queen g4. Yeah, I can't play h3 because this is hanging. So it has to be g3, f6, f3. That's what it is. This was my idea. f3 first. And then at f3, I was thinking she would go queen h5 because queen h3 looks kind of strange. And queen h3, the idea here is if the queen's on h3, like watch this. This is everything I was thinking of. Then I can go f4. The reason for this is why didn't I do it in one move? Because the queen was defending g5. Like, what am I talking about? Well, if takes, now there's no g5 here. And there's also no f5, knight f5. But I also can't really make that much progress. In fact, I'm trying to go bishop g5 next too as well, which was my idea. What's up, Jessica? What's good? So I'm going over my round 4 right now from Chicago Open. Jessica played too. She played in the under section. So f3, after f3, I think queen h5 was the move. So if queen h5, then I go f4, right? And now after pawn takes g5, there's now knight f5. And I think I'm okay here. And this was my idea. But I just didn't go for it. For some reason, I just didn't go for it. She can just go queen d7. Well, queen d7 I was cool with. I mean, I was cool with that. Like, you know, the queen is annoying over here. And usually I want the queen back here when I go f4, f5. That's usually the idea here in this opening, according to Wesley So's theory. You know, I'm fine with the queen on d7. But with the queens over here, it's a problem. This is why casting was too early, and I should have had the queen on c2. Because this already would have been set up. Right, this is what, you know, move orders are very important when you're playing with the big dogs, and you know, and you're in the open section. Period. You know, you got the move orders better be correct, right? So it was a little bit strange. So I went back. I went back knight f3 and just said, forget all that. Like, you know what? Forget it. Then she played queen f5. I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to trade. This, first off, you know, like I said, the title is "This is so boring." This is already boring. You think I'm about to make it more boring? So I'm not even thinking about a trade. I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to put my queen. Where am I going to put it? Because I didn't know, actually. I have 2 moves, really. So I was like, which one's better? So turning on the engine here, best move. Let me let it run for a second or so. I just want to see. Okay, I made the best move. Wow. So queen d2 was my secondary option, but queen e2 was actually what I chose. Ideally, this is what I chose because I just wanted to keep d2 available for anything. Maybe the knight, maybe the bishop. I don't know. No queen trade for me. You already know, bro, because this game was already boring. I guess you like play the Italian game if you like want to draw against a strong player with white. But I want to beat a strong player with white. Like I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, Wesley so scores or you just study his games? Both, D-Shock. Both. Absolutely. Is queen d1 not the best move? Queen d1 is a move, but think about this in a practical sense, especially as a player. Not just the engine. Engine did consider queen d1. Queen e2 was the best, is what they said. They actually say queen b1. It tells you how much the engine, like queen b1. How many of y'all gonna play queen b1 in this position, right? Like queen b1's not happening. Queen D1 doesn't make any sense because why would we just mess up the rook connection? For what? What did we do out of this? And then what's our next move after we play Queen D1? So if you don't have the secondary move, it doesn't even make sense to play Queen D1. This opening isn't really for winning. Well, you'll be surprised. You know, there is some very, very strong tactical games, even some computer games, of course, too, that you've seen. But in a human standpoint, man, you know, especially in this line, you get a slightly better position. And that's like ridiculous, right? So Queen F5, I go Queen E2, she go Knight G6. So I'm like, man, it's annoying. Knight F4 coming in. And then I'm like, maybe I should go G3, maybe not. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. So and just said Queen B1, F6, and Queen B3. Yeah, like that's engine thinking there, right? Queen B1, that's just too much. So here in this position after Knight G6, I had to figure out a sequence of moves, try to find something here. I didn't want to play Queen D2 because now I'm looking crazy. Like, why would I go Queen E2 and then Queen D2? You know, just to stop here. I've wasted a move at that point. Your position looks good here, Knight E1, D3. I was thinking of Knight E1, but I thought that she could just kind of come in, which actually I guess is fine. And here in this position, I mean, it's closer to +1, and I played the best move in this position. Is white to move. What are you guys doing? Without people without the engines, don't answer, please. People with the engines on. You got your engine on. Give it up. Let the people in the chat get it. White to move. What do you do in this position? Of course, Knight F4. Queen G4 could probably be a thing as well. C4. I like the ambition there, Dante. I like the ambition. C4 just going for it. Heatmiser says just get it out of there. G3. I didn't go G3 because of the F6 option. Knight to G5. Knight G5 is definitely interesting. Definitely an interesting move. Yeah, it's not considered. Reason why I find Knight G5 interesting is G4. But Knight F4, I think, just shuts all that down. Kind of strange, because like you might have to go into the good knight versus bad bishop. But this bishop ain't really bad. Oh, it's bad right now. But if C6 opens up and you get F6 in, that bishop becomes a monster. You have to be very careful. Let's go left hand. A4. Weirdly enough, I have bishop C1 reroute. Yeah, bishop C1 reroute. These are all ideas, in fact, in, you know, with Wesley So's material. But with that being said, I did go with the A4 option. It actually took me a while to find this too, because I was really looking around. I was trying to see if Knight E1 worked or if G3 could work, but then F6 is very annoying. This F6 break is very crucial. If F6 happens, I don't have E5 like the way I want to, and you want to be able to meet F6 with F4 if you can. So I can't. And if Knight E1, I mean, I guess Knight F4, you know, and then maybe taking a Knight D3, playing F4. Maybe I could be okay there, but this just didn't feel right. I didn't want to go Knight E1 for some reason. So I played A4 though. A4, which is threatening A5. Threatening A5. It's a nice idea targeting B7. If you play A5, Rook B1, yeah, correct. Knight E1, Knight F4, Queen F3, pinning the knight. That's actually a good observation. There might be, let's actually take a look at that. Knight E1, Knight F4, Queen F3, G5, but that's kind of risky. And then G3, oh, Knight H3. Yeah, this G5 move is strange, but maybe I just win a pawn here? Maybe there's nothing to be worried about here. Knight H4, I wonder, is everything okay? It's super equal, just play C5 right now. Really? Oh, that's a good move. Dang, that's a good move. Yeah, I knew something was wrong here. And the reason being is because everything's active. Everything's out. And like, it'd be different if the development, of course the rooks can be developed soon, but my rook's doing the same thing as hers. So basically it's all about these minors. And like, you know, if you compare minors, blacks are better. Like, I mean, I'm just chilling with these three on the same thing and a knight on E1, which I'm trying to get back around and compare. Literally, the engine says everything's equal. Like super equal. So I wanted to push for a little bit more than equal. I wanted to complicate things, so I played A4. And A4 threatening A5, which is very big. And if A5, then that weakens the structure, and I can play Rook B1 stuff. You know, so I can do all kind of stuff there. So C5 is always good for black. Correct. Jeffo, thanks, bro. Jeffo, what's up, dog? What is it? What to do? That's right. A4, H4. That's right, Shop. Jeffo, what's up, dog? Yo, hey man, good to see you, Jeff. My guy. Jeffo in the building, bro. A4, is on the board. So I play a4 and they play c6, right? So queen takes c3. Really nice. Been a bit away from the keyboard, but we'll be back strong. Let's go, Jeffo. We waiting on you, man. I'm waiting on you, dog. I'm waiting on you. So c6 is played because this is the best way to keep the structure and also activate the bishop via c7 or d8 at the same time. Good to see you, my bro. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Cooking Rooks, what's up, dog? Good to see you too, bro. So c6 on the board. Yo, thanks for the host, bro. Roller coaster. Thanks. c6 defends everything. White to move. Pretty obvious. We play a4 to do what? Play a5, right? a5 and bishop c7. Now here, this is where it gets a little bit complicated, and I had a plan in mind here. I had a big plan in mind, and it's white to move. And again, this is so boring because nothing spectacular happened this entire game. And we're on move 18, and finally maybe I have something to shoot for. So what do? It's white to move, chat. What we doing? White to move, chat. Bishop c7. I gotta figure something out. I'm trying to play for a win here. What do? Rook f to b1 from Danny. a6 from Dante. a6, he says. And rook f to b. Rook a1, b1. Rook f to b. We got a6, knight g5. All right, here we go. Check this out. So I knew that these are all possibilities, right? This is a possibility. This one's probably not. I don't like this one due to the fact that this rook is defending the pawn. Right, now bishop c1, bishop a3. The reason here, you have to ask yourself, what am I doing when I get here? Yes, I'm attacking the rook, but when it moves, what else do I do? Right, so in a way, I've actually wasted some time. And in fact, the bishop's doing a great job of keeping knight f4 out. So I'm going to snap it when it gets here. So now when bishop a3 happens, knight f4 and queen g4, and you're like almost mating. Almost. So you gotta be careful. This bishop is actually essential to white's defense by the king. So rook f to b1 is a possibility, huge possibility. a6 as well. Reason why I didn't like a6, and I'm glad I didn't. In fact, a6 was one of my first moves, is she has b5. And I was like, oh my goodness, if b5 happens, what do I even do, bro? Now, actually, you know, I probably can put this knight on c5, but she can always chop it off. And I did not have a pawn on c5. Like, why is a pawn on c5? And this doesn't seem good. In fact, this is a weakness. And how do I get to this? So I did not like this situation. a6 was, I was like, nah, b5 is going to be too much for me. So, in fact, I actually found a move that no one considered here. c4. I was like, break it up. Break it up. And here's the logic behind this. When you see a pawn chain, I teach this to my students all the time. When you see a pawn chain, you attack a pawn chain. Whoa, and says right there. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. Thanks for the 5 in live and then another 5 right behind it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That man. Yo, thanks for the 10 gifted subs, bro. 10. A 10 piece from that man. Jeffo. Make sure you hype in the chat like that. Appreciate it. And another 2, bro. He's just going crazy. Do you? No, I'm not in Vegas. I would like to. I'm not in Vegas next year though. I know, right, Carl? Come on, Carl. Come on. J Dub just gifted a 1-2, man. Hey, the love is real here. The love is real. J Dub, thanks for gifting the sub. Appreciate that, man. Jeffo with another 5, baby. Get hype in the chat, y'all. Get hype in the chat with another 5. Stealing Valor says, thanks, Jeffo. That's right. That's right. One more time. One more time for Jeffo. One more time for Jeffo, bro. Thanks for that, man. Why is en passant bad after b5 if you play a6? Well, actually, you can't en passant. In fact, it's only just b5. Like, you can't en passant. You can't en passant. That's a great observation there. Cooking Rooks with the 5. Whoa. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. Let's go. Let's go. Cooking Rooks with the 5 in live. We back over 500 subscribers again. Let's go. Clap it up. Thanks for you. Levy is cooking right now. Oh, we going to go check my man's game out. You already know. Who you playing? What's his rating? Thank you for the follow, P2X. I think they said on Hikaru's stream earlier he played a 1900. So he should be cooking anyway. I don't remember. Maybe that was before, or like, I don't remember. But maybe that was the earlier round he played a 19. Yeah, I think that is. No, so he should be playing somebody stronger, hopefully. Yo, appreciate that love, man. Appreciate that love. Thanks, Cooking Rooks. Jeff O with the 15. Gifted. Cooking Rooks coming in with the 5 in live, baby. Let's go. Let's go. We back over at 500 subs because of y'all, man. So, yeah, you can't opposite. In fact, the pawn has to be, it has to be passing it right here. So if I make a move like rook after b1, in fact, the now opposite is the thing. Opposite can now work. But, in fact, in b5, right, you know, b5, this is why c4 deters b5 as well. So if I play rook after b1, I didn't like b5, where now, yeah, these are targets, but this is still hard to attack these. Not that easy to attack them. So with that being said, I found this c4 move that I really liked. Yes, it's very committal, but also my pawns are very solid here in the center. And what is very strong for black? This is very strong for black. In fact, that's the only thing that black has, is this very strong structure right here. Nick Simo 20, thanks for hopping in the chat. What's up? Yo, so this is very solid. So what I'm going to do is a6 and c4 to break this up. I always tell my students, when you see a pawn chain, you attack a pawn chain. You break it up. So I chose c4, saying that I'm going to break it up this way and a6 to make some weaknesses everywhere. So now I was thinking, like, let's say she does something like, well, she played queen d7. She played queen d7, and of course I capture. Now, if of course captures, or there were some other moves I was considering as well. Like, I don't know, rook b8. Like, what else could be played here? Knight e7. The idea here, though, I was going to play a6, and then when I play a6, then c6 is going to be weak. So I was literally just going to bully all of this. That was the whole idea. Queen d7. After queen d7, I capture. She captured with the pawn. So now look at that. That whole thing is gone. Like, now I'm feeling like accomplished here. Like, well, shoot, let's move. Let's see what the engine thinks. Engine thinks, yep, this is so boring. That's exactly what the engine says, right? And that's the title of this video today. This is so boring. 100%. This is ridiculously boring. This is why I'm not taking up the Italian game no more, right? I mean, it's fun sometimes. I guess it's good to learn the Italian game theory-wise to understand certain types of play and certain types of end games. But man, this was boring. Straight facts. Straight factsters. This was straight boring. No other way to put it. In fact, and actually, I'm going to show you guys the accuracy once we put the analysis on it to show you what the accuracy was and tell you how boring this game was. So, all right, here we go. I go rook f to b1. So I'm thinking I got a slight advantage. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to win this one. Like, I'm about to grind this out, dog. You know, rook f to b1. She played b6, right? And I'm like, bet, let's go. I calculated all this. White to move, y'all. What we doing? White to move. Where do we go? b6 on the board. I'm like, let's go. Run it. This a dub. Which call boy is where I panic already. Yeah. Gotta keep working, man. You got it, Macron. a6 from Rolag. We got a6 on the board from Rolag. What else we got? a6. Knight g5. How many times have you said knight g5? Phantom Master Cleanser. He really want knight g5 so bad. Every move has been knight g5 from Phantom Master Cleanser. Queen b5. Danny says knight g5, bro. Knight g5. It's got to be knight g5. Oh, it's got to be knight g5 now. Knight g5 and we live. Come on, Creek City Dave. Come on. You already know, big fella. Knight g5. All right, here we go. So actually, one person got it correct here. Bishop b2 is not it. It is indeed queen b5. I'm a big fan of threats, even in endgames. Even when you're facing an endgame, you should be trying to make threats anyway. So I played queen to b5. What's the threat? Well, obvious threat is if taking, then rook takes, and I'm hitting b5, and I just have pressure. Rook c1's happening, and I'm just pressuring the position. Initiative, time, and activity. I feel better about the position. So after queen b5, she goes rook d8 and defends it. Now, right here, check me out, okay? I thought I was crushing. I was like, queen a6. I stand up, I flex real hard. I look around the room. In fact, I didn't do this. I did walk around though, but I didn't stand up and flex real hard. You can walk around the room and watch other games. and stuff. But definitely, I'm like, let's go. I got this, right? Queen A6, feeling great about life. So she go back, rook A8, bam. She go right back to the crib, rook A8. And here, she thought that there was some line in here. There was a queen sack. There was a queen sack line that she looked at, but it's wrong. But let me see if I can figure that out. What does she consider? Queen B7. Rook here. A takes B6. There was some queen sack that she looked at that I was like, girl, I didn't even consider that. Like, there was some type of queen sack. And she was like, yeah, I didn't do it because of this queen sack. I'm like, what are you talking about? There was some like, oh, this here, rook A B8. And then she said, sack the queen somewhere, bro. Is it here? No. I'm trying to figure this out. Takes this one. She was afraid of a queen sack that I had. And that's why she said she didn't go for it. Queen A6, B takes A5. Nope. I just cannot figure it out. I can't figure it out, bro. Because I didn't consider it. Like, I don't even know what it was. Not thinking about it now. Is the title of this game Don't Back Down? No, the title of this game is This Is So Boring. Absolutely not. A6. Let me see. Is it A6? Let's see. Queen here. A6 takes. Nah, it wasn't this. It was more like a pawn was on B6 and it was this position. It was somehow the pawn was on B6. Somehow. And it was this position with my queen gone. It was nuts. And then she was like, yeah, I was afraid of the pressure and the back rank trouble. I was like, what is that? Like, I don't remember even looking at that. I don't remember how this happened. A takes B6. Yeah, I don't remember. Something like that. But what happened was, right, so I go queen B5. She go rook here. I go queen A6. She went rook A8, and I realized I thought I could get away with queen B7. In fact, I actually thought I was going to play queen B7 and rook C1. That was my idea. But then I saw that she just brings the rook over and kicks me out. And I don't have time for rook C1. So at this point, I looked around the board. Thanks for the follow, Hugh. McJanice, the little fishies. Thanks for the follow. I looked around the board, and I was like, what do I play for? What do I even do here? I don't know, bro. I don't know. So I went back queen B5. She went back here. And in fact, actually, let's start it back right here. Queen A6. She went rook here. I went queen B5. She went rook here. I went queen here. She went rook here. I went queen B5. She went rook here. And that was it. We repeated moves. Like, we didn't even offer draws. No draw offers. We just repeated. And when you repeat 3 times, it's just a draw. And that's exactly what happened here. We claimed it. And, you know, that was it. It was just a mutual, you know, I guess. All right. Then we went to go analyze it, and she showed me some queen sack line over here that I didn't even know. What does the engine say about this? Well, in fact, it's actually 1+1 after this. In fact, it says best move, queen A6. Best move for the engine. This is why the engine always to give you something crazy, right? Rook A8. Okay. And then it said go back to queen B5. And then, oh, engine says you're winning. Wait. Rook A to D8. And then right here, now it says, okay, bishop D2. Bishop D2, right? Yeah, oh, I'm winning. Oh, yeah, the engine never figures this out. And then actually right now it's going lower. It's actually 0.99, which is very, very equal, honestly, in human standpoints here. Knight G5, let's see what happens on Knight G5, guys. Knight G5 actually is an okay move. It's an okay move, but you need something to do with it. What's your next move, right? What's your next move? You gotta be careful with this Knight G5. Knight G5, you don't want to be wrong either. And you have to remember, she took out some other people too. She took out about 2 FMs. You know, 2 FMs, bro. She wasn't playing. But this is why I call this is so boring. The Italian game here is something that I probably will not be playing again in OTB chess. I will be playing something more aggressive and something that suits my style that is also more solid at the same time, based off of backed engine analysis of a certain opening that has now been revitalized, which is the Bishop's opening. So this is round 4 of the Chicago Open.